Now we have the other kind of passé composé. So the ones that you just took notes on, all of those use avoir as the helping verb. Now, the ones that are following are all going to use être as the helping verb. So here's a review. Être, je suis, nous sommes, tu es, vous êtes, il or elle est, or il or elles sont. Okay, so on the chart, devenir turns into devenu, and it means to become. Revenir turns into revenu, to come back. Notice that devenir and revenir both have venir in there. Venir turns into venu, and you just add the re or the de. Monter turns into monter. You take off the er and you add the e with the accent aigu. To go up. Retourner turns into retourner. Take off the er, add the e with the accent aigu, and it means to return somewhere. Sortir, you learned this one last year. Je suis sorti. To go out. Venir, now you saw this with devenir and revenir. It turns into venu. Means to come. Aller, you know this one already, turns into aller. Take off the er, add the accent. To go. Naître turns into né, and it means to be born. Je suis né en novembre. I was born in November. It's a completed action, one time. Descendre turns into descendu. Take off the er and take off the re and add the u. To go down. Entrer, take off the er, add the e with the accent aigu. Entrer. To enter. Rentrer, notice that it's entrer with just an R in front of it. Take off the ER, add the E with the accent aigu. To come back home. Tomber, take off the ER, to add the accent aigu. To fall. Rester, take off the ER, add the E with the accent aigu. Rester. To stay. Arriver, take off the ER, add the E with the accent aigu, turns into arriver. It means to arrive. Mourir, this is a strange one, it's irregular. It turns into mort, and it means to die. Oh, désolé. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not sure how to go back on my iPad. So, il est mort en décembre. He died in December. That would be an example for mourir. Partir, take off the IR, add the I, turns into parti, to leave. And then we have passer, take off the ER, add the E with the accent aigu, to pass by. Here's a hint. If you have trouble remembering which verbs use avoir and which verbs use être, tell yourself that when you are going to use an être verb, the verb will probably talk about coming, going, up, or down. So, coming over to a house, going or leaving a house, going up the stairs, and going down the stairs. Coming, going, up, and down. The avoir verbs are going to be the actions you do at the house. Téléphoner, regarder un film, boire du café, cuisiner, faire les devoirs. Now, in the list of verbs that you just took, the être verbs, most of those verbs talk about coming and going and up and down, right? Then you have the random to be born, to die, etc. Here's another hint. Now, look at the verb chart you just made. When they're in this order, those verbs spell out Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp. If you can remember that the D stands for devenir, the R stands for revenir, M stands for monter, R stands for rentrer, S stands for sortir, etc., etc., and then you can remember the acronym Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp. There's only 17. Now, when the passé composé is formed with être, the past participle is like an adjective, and you've already seen this happen. If the doer of the verb is feminine, you need to add an extra E to the end of the past participle. So if it's il est allé, one guy who went, you don't add the extra E. But if it's a girl, elle est allée, you have the extra E there. If the doer is plural, you're going to add an S. Ils sont allés. So masculine plural, I'm talking about a bunch of guys, I have to add an S on the end. If the doer is plural and feminine, I add the E and the S. Elles sont allées. Added the extra E, added the extra S. To make things negative, you put the ne in front of the avoir or être and the pas after the avoir or être. Then the past participle comes. It is not included in the ne pas or the ne jamais or the ne plus sandwich. The only thing on the inside is the avoir or the être. So here's a math equation. The subject plus the ne, then you have the helping verb. You need to decide if it's an être or an avoir. Then you have your pas or your plus or your jamais, and then you have the past participle. So, nous n'avons pas joué au foot. The avons is the être or the avoir. In this case, it's avoir is the helping verb inside the ne and the pas. Je ne suis pas allé à la classe. The suis is the helping verb. In this case, it's être, which is going to go inside the ne and the pas. Reflexive verbs. Now, you guys have seen these before. You've seen these in the present tense. Je me lave les mains, etc. All reflexive verbs use the être in the passé composé. Reflexive verbs are the actions that you are doing to yourself. So, elle se lave, she is washing herself. That se means she's doing it to herself. Turns into elle s'est lavée, she washed herself. And because it's a girl, you have to add the extra E. Nous nous réveillons. We wake ourselves up. Turns into nous nous sommes réveillés. Now, because nous has more than one person in it, we have to add the extra S. You do this one. Elle s'habille. She dresses herself. Try to put that in the passé composé now. Okay, check it out. Is this what you wrote? Elles se sont habillées. Now, I changed the subject from the top to the bottom. I apologize. But I wanted to illustrate that because the L with the S at the end is plural, and it's a bunch of girls, I have to add the extra E and the S. However, if a direct object is mentioned, normally a body part, you don't have to worry about making agreement. So, elle s'est lavée, if she's just talking about washing herself, you make agreement. However, if it mentions specifically what she is washing, then you do not make agreement. Elle s'est lavé les cheveux. Because les cheveux, the hair is there, you don't make agreement. Now, translations. For each one of these French sentences, there are 3 ways to say it in English. So in that case, French is more difficult than English, right? So the first one, Marie a mangé. Marie a mangé translates into Marie ate, Marie did eat, and Marie has eaten. Now, nous avons choisi. Go ahead. You figure out what that one means. The 3 ways. Order does not matter. Okay, check your answers. Nous avons choisi. We chose. We did choose. And